so let's talk about why vipers, especially whitelips and arboreals in general, are so difficult to get feeding in the first place. Well, first of all, these guys are super tiny, and I mean tiny, 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 tiny. That's the first reason why. So they're super small, they're not used to eating the prey items that we readily have available in captivity. I mean, in the wild, you'd find these guys about hip height in the wild, in ambush, looking on game trails, looking for things like small little geckos, small little frogs and things like that. And we don't readily offer them these type of meals in captivity. So we have to convert them onto pinkeys, which is what makes them such a challenging species. And, well, not just them, which is what makes arboreals such a challenging species in general. Other ways to mitigate that? Yes, there are. And we're going to be taking a look at those ways in this video. What actually makes it easier for you to actually get these vipers going? Well, I've done a video on this before, tips and tricks for feeding vipers. I'll put a little thing down here for you guys, or I'll link the video down in the description, or I'll just simply do both like magic, wada wada wada. So what exactly can you as an individual or as an individual keeper do to make it easier for yourselves to convert these animals onto food? I like 5 points, and I'm going to be telling you guys about these 5 points yet again. First, offer a hot meal. If that meal is too cold, they just simply will not focus on it, they won't hammer down on it, and they 100% definitely will not try and bite it. Not when you're raising them up. Secondly, time of day that you feed, right? So don't try and feed in the morning, don't try and feed in the afternoon, try and feed at night. Feed at the times that these guys will actively hunt in the wild. Thirdly, I call it the ghost protocol. It means if you get that viper or that animal to hold down onto their prey item, do not make yourself present. Do not make your presence very well known. Try and literally be as minute as possible. Because remember, you are a giant ball of heat. They see that giant ball of heat as a threat. And now they've got something in their mouth, and their primary defense mechanism, which is their mouth, is now occupied, which is 100% why they drop the meal. Alright, another point is do not offer too big a meal. If you offer too big a meal, it is the exact same thing as I just described. Now, so imagine if you're sitting in a tree, here comes something by to eat, you whack it, you eat it, you hold it, and you have to still stay in the tree. So if you offer too big a meal, instinctively when they feel that drag down, they let go. Because in the wild, if they feel that drag down, that would mean, listen, I'm going to fall out of a tree, and that's going to suck. And the last little trick that always seems to be a massive point of success is the humidity in your enclosure. I like to feed the day after or the afternoon if I missed the morning. So misting is a great way to simulate some hunting behavior. Now that we've gone over these points, and now that we know what works and why it's so difficult to feed them, all of these here in the above, all 8 of these, that one over there is a squammy, so you might see it, you might not, I don't know. All of these over here, we're going to be attempting to feed today. Now the first thing, annoying little rattlesnake in the background. Alright, so the first thing you actually want to do before you resort to anything assist or tease feeding wise, assist or force feeding wise, is you actually want to tease feed these guys and see if they're going to take. Alright, so I got the pinky over here. It's a nice warm pinky. You want these pinkies hot. Alright, now let's see if I can annoy the snake enough and have it actually take a swing at it. Which is basically what tease feeding is, guys. It's annoying them until they eat. Let's see. Looking positive. Looking worse. Ha! Look at this little girl. She's running all over. Everywhere except where she's meant to be. Yeah, I know. You're a fast little viper. Alright. Okay. Now this can become quite a tedious little process, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Just gotta actually get them out of this flight mode and into a bit more of a defensive mode. It's quite difficult actually sometimes. He's not having it. Now I know I did say I'm gonna try cut up the pinky and try get them to eat the pinky parts, but so here's the thing, right? If you can't get them to strike a whole prey item, the chances of you getting them to strike at a smaller item is even worse. So I'm going to resort to assist feeding this guy. I'm going to use the simple old-fashioned, much trusted Sponge method, move the snake into a point where it's comfortable for me to pin. Not making it easier, let me tell you guys that. Alright, and then once she's in a comfortable position, gently pin them. Do not be too rough on this, but also don't slack too much with your grip, because, well, if you slack too much, then, sorry to say, but you're going to have a snake that bites you. And if you press too hard, I'm sorry to say, you're going to end up killing a snake. So, alright, here's the pinky. So, what you want to do is, I hope you guys can see from there, you want to open up the mouth and get them to bite onto this little pinky. So, basically, pull that out. Basically like that. Just going to put that pinky kind of in their mouth. And then, but you gotta make sure you put it deep enough that they don't spit it out. And then you kind of want to gently remove the sponge. This might take a few attempts. Gently. Alright, so that is a clear indication that I did not put the pinky deep enough into this little one's mouth.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Alright, and once you get them to hold, you simply just wait. Give them a chance to actually try and eat it by themselves. There's a feeding response that'll kick in, and yeah, that's exactly what you're going to be waiting for, is that feeding response to end up kicking in. Alright, now the first snake has ended up defeating me, but it's never too late. So now I'm literally going to try assist feeding pinky parts. This is literally only the second time these guys are eating, so I am not discouraged whatsoever. I'm headstrong and we're still going on. Alright, and then that should be a guaranteed eat. Alright guys, now I'm not going to bore you guys with that the whole night. I'm going to just show you guys, just sit there for a second. Hi, I'm just going to show you guys quickly the reward is of taking your time and actually getting these animals to eat. This is not a white lip, but hi Simba. So this is not a white lip, but in due time you get this as a result. Voila. And that is the end goal. Alright guys, and that is going to be the end of this video. Wish me luck. I'm going to be here for a while, but I guess that's what it takes if you want these amazing animals that we call boreal vipers. From Hunting Exotics, guys, you know I love you. Peace out.